Hey, good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to day 4 of our Infinite Growth Challenge. I'm your host, Rachel Ngom, and I am so proud of you and how far that you've come in such a short amount of time. I can't believe we're on day 4 already, but today is one of my favorite days where we're talking all about creating a really awesome morning routine. So I am pumped about that. We're going to start off with some shout outs as you're joining us. So I want to give a shout out to Joyce Carrera. She goes, wow, I'm so excited for today's live. I lack a consistent morning routine. I have a toddler, so it's kind of hard to stick with a strict schedule. But here's what my typical morning looks like. My daughter and I get up at the same time, make my bed, check email and social media, prep my daughter's breakfast, watch YouTube, play with my daughter, shower, start working around noon. And so she said, what can I do to incorporate the 3 activities in the homework? Go to bed earlier, 12 midnight should be the latest. Get up hours before my daughter, grab a pen and paper on my bedside table and set a specific goal for the day, not just finish tasks. And dress up for the day, maybe put on some red lipstick or something. Cool, I like it. How's everyone doing today? Give me a shout out if you can hear me okay. Good morning. Carol, shout out to you. She says, my morning routine's getting up and praying while having coffee. Then I do check emails and Facebook. However, I still have to work full time, trying to get in a better routine so I'm able to work my business on my lunch also. I feel stuck in my ideas, so it goes nowhere. And let's start off with a random fact. So, something about me, I am chronically early. I blame my dad, but also the fact that I played volleyball at a really hardcore club, one of the craziest in the country, also one of um, the best in the country. And if you're ever late, like you would die. I don't know what they would do, but I had to do 100 flights of stairs because I left my workout binder in the weight room. It was craziness, and so I don't even know what they would do to me if I was late. So I was always like an hour early to practice, and it's stuck with me. I'm always early, never late. If I'm late, like something is wrong. Catherine says, heck yeah, ready to start. What's been your biggest takeaway so far as we dive into day 4, talking all about your morning routine and kickstarting your day for success? Biggest takeaway, biggest breakthrough that you've had. We've got more to do today and tomorrow. We still got some really good stuff coming your way. So you guys, growth isn't something that happens by accident. It's something that you have to be very, very intentional about. And I'm listening. I signed up for John Maxwell's Year of Mentorship again, just because he just pours into me. And I love what he's saying about growth doesn't happen because you do something every once in a while. It's because of the habits that you have, the routines that you have. And so having a morning routine and implementing just a little bit of what we talk about, maybe it's one thing, that's going to really start to compound over time. A good book, if you haven't read it yet, is The Compound Effect by Darren Hardy. It's not like the big things that we do. Like, let's say you just like go crazy and work on your business for hours and hours and hours. It's not that that's going to bring you towards success. It's like the small, seemingly insignificant disciplines, like waking up a little bit earlier. Okay. And so we talked yesterday about setting your goals. That's the easy part. The hard part is the consistent actions that are actually gonna get you there. And one of those things is your morning routine and kickstarting your day for success. So there's no such thing as like a perfect morning routine. I'm going to give you ideas and I want you to implement one of the things that we're going to talk about. You don't have to do it all. I highly doubt when I started my morning routine that I implemented all of these things. I've been on a personal growth journey for almost 10 years now. And so this is like little things that I've picked up over time that I've started to implement from reading books. Another good book is The Miracle Morning by Hal Elrod. He'll give you some more ideas on morning routines. So 3 things that I want to make sure that you do is create an agenda for the day. And this is actually something that I do the night before. So I don't even wait until the day of. I do this the night before. So when I'm winding down for the day, I take a look at tomorrow in my planner and I write down like what are the things that need to happen tomorrow to move me closer to my goal. So do we have any of our new Activate students on? Because yesterday we did our huge goal setting workshop where we reverse engineered our our goals and really broke them down. And we showed them like, this is what you need to do today to move forward. And that, like, it's so, so, so important that you break this stuff down and you don't wait to take action. If you just show up to work and open your computer and say, I hope so, like the inspiration will just come to me, it's never gonna come. It's not going to come. You have to be so intentional and plan this stuff out. So, like, part of my morning routine starts the night before, and that's one of the things that I do the night before is actually just write out. I have three main things that need to be accomplished today that are going to get me closer to my 90-day goal. And so, three things that need to happen. It's not this giant like to-do list. It's not a million things. Typically, it's no more than three. And then if I have extra time, great. I typically don't work more than 5 hours in a day. Like, it's a rare day that I do. And when the baby comes, I'll be working even less. So you don't need a ton of time to get this stuff done. It could be one of the tasks could be just make a phone call or send an email. I wrote down for me, like, create 10 Instagram posts. That's not going to take me that long, right? That's one of my tasks for the day. Create a text to send out. That's going to take me, what, 5 minutes? But it's on my to-do list, so it's out of my head, it's on paper, and I don't forget it. Next thing you want to do is self-reflection and just to clear your head and set an intention for the day. And so we do that by like meditation, prayer, journaling, reading a good book. And then fire up your brain and body. So you could be taking like a cold shower, hot shower, whatever it is, working out and having a healthy breakfast. So my exact morning routine, I wake up early, which means I go to bed late. So I'm not up at midnight ever. Like even New Year's Eve. I'm like, if you expect me to be up that late, I'm usually in bed around 9 o'clock. And pregnant Rachel is in bed at 8 o'clock, just because pregnant Rachel needs more sleep. And so between 8 and 9 o'clock, I'm already in bed and I'm ready to pass out. My day is planned for the night before. And so I go to bed early so I can wake up early. Yes, I know it's easy to stay up later so you could be on Netflix and YouTube and all these things that are distracting you. But when you do that, then your kid ends up waking you up and then you don't have your morning routine and then it just spirals from there and it's not a great start to the day. And so I've learned if I want to wake up early, I got to go to bed early and I need to be intentional about that. And so I don't even usually set an alarm. Pregnant Rachel does, just because there are days that I need 12 hours of sleep. And so I'll set like my just in case alarm at 7 o'clock if something happens and it's yeah. So that's my just in case alarm. But typically I wake up on my own between 5 and 6 o'clock in the morning. And I'll start with positivity in. So I'll grab headphones and put those on my head. And I have my iPad there. And my iPad, I don't have Facebook, Instagram, email, anything on the iPad that's going to kind of distract me or anything like that. I don't have my phone in my room with me either. And we'll talk about that. Really, really important. And I'll just open up YouTube and I'll put on a sermon from like Elevation Church, or I'll listen to Tony Robbins or something like that just to get positivity in my brain right away. Then I hydrate and caffeinate. So I fill up this big thing of water and I add a scoop of Organifi greens to it. It's really good, actually. It doesn't taste like a nasty greens powder. And I drink that and then sit and drink my coffee. When I'm drinking my coffee, I read the Bible. And so this is the Jesus Bible. I also got the John Maxwell Leadership Bible. I left it in Chicago in my morning routine, and when I'm in Chicago at my parents' house happens in the basement. I totally forgot it down there. So right now it's the Jesus Bible. And so when I'm done drinking my coffee, it usually takes me 10 minutes to drink my cup of coffee. I'm typically done reading the Bible and I go to that closet right there. I love America and the closets because we didn't have this in France. There was like a tiny little coat closet and that was it. So I have like a little prayer closet. I light a candle in there, and that's where I'll do like 5 to 10 minutes. It's nothing crazy of prayer, meditation, and journaling. And so if I'm doing prayer time, it's usually listening to worship music and just praying. If you want to do some kind of meditation, there's apps that you can download. Calm, Headspace, Abide is a Christian meditation if you want to do that. let's see what else. And then after that time, I typically just pull out my journal and I just write down some things. I usually write down a few of the goals that I'm working towards in the first person, like it's already happened because we talked about goal setting. But then I'll just write down things that really like spoke to me during that quiet time. And the quiet time, especially if you're new to getting started with meditation or anything like that, it doesn't have to be long. It could be 2 minutes. There's like 2 minute meditations that you can do. Um, so then typically by that point my kid is already awake and he'll come and find me in there and come and do like worship with me, or we'll go out and I'll get him breakfast and get him ready for the day. And then move your body. So after that point I take the dog for a walk. Pregnant Rachel would do a little bit more, but my back really hurts, so we do walking and yoga. Then we get to the one thing. And so the one thing that's going to really move my business forward. And so that could be uh, it could be something really specific, like write a blog post or record a podcast or send out a specific email, or check in with this person. I don't know. It varies every single day, but I typically have one task that needs to get done. Important note, this is not with me between the hours of 8 to 9 p.m. and 7 a.m. I charge it in my office, so I don't have it until 7 a.m. And if you do this, I promise you your life is going to change. Hold on. Go to your settings on your iPhone and then go to screen time and then go to where it says downtime. And that's where you can set downtime. So I have downtime from 9 p.m. to 7 a.m., which means I don't touch this until 7 a.m. when I've had typically 1 to 2 hours of my morning routine, got through everything. Um, I promise you, if you do that, your whole life is going to change. I'm not perfect and like militaristic with this. Typically, if I get 80 to 90% of this done, I consider it a win. So don't think it has to be all or nothing and you have to do everything that I talked about today to create a good morning routine. Maybe for you, it's waking up 5 minutes earlier than you are right now and just sitting in silence before your kid wakes up and the craziness happens. So I don't want you to think you have to do everything that I do. Like I said, I've been doing personal development for a long, long, long time. So this has been like an evolution. And it takes me roughly a half an hour to get through everything that I talked about except the movement part. So between the reading, the journaling, the meditation and prayer, all of that, typically about 30 minutes. If I want to kind of like screw around a little bit and I'll look at, oh, I'll do like devotionals. The YouVersion Bible app, I love it. And there's so many devotionals in there that I'll go through too. Okay, so before I go to the comments, your assignment is what does your morning routine look like? And then how would you adjust your morning routine to incorporate what I've talked about today? So we want you to incorporate creating an agenda, self reflection and growth, and then firing up your brain and body. So, what will your morning routine look like? And like I said, you don't have to do all of them. I want you, another good book is Atomic Habits, really good book. I listened to the Audible of just implementing one simple habit that you can do. It like if waking up an hour earlier overwhelms you and you know you're never going to stick with it, literally set an alarm for 5 minutes earlier and set an alarm to actually go to bed earlier too. So maybe you'll start going to bed 15 minutes earlier and waking up 15 minutes earlier and drinking more water, whatever that looks like for you. Okay, let's get to the comments. Morning, Leslie. Ooh, she has her morning routine to write down my intentions for the day, then visualize them. That's another key component that, ooh, thank you. When I do that like prayer meditation, a lot of times that includes visualizing the goals that I've set for myself. And so one of the meditations that you can do is Tony Robbins priming exercise. So if you literally Google Tony Robbins priming exercise, he can walk you through a visualization exercise. And this is so powerful. So powerful. I'll give a few examples. One, I started visualizing my goals in high school, and you know, this was most of it had to do with volleyball because I was a volleyball player and all my goals had to do around volleyball and winning the junior Olympics. And so I'd be doing, cardio and I would just visualize myself actually standing up on the podium, getting the gold uh, medal put around my neck, and us winning. And before our games, our coach would have us have quiet time and have us like visualize ourselves getting the kill, getting the block, whatever that would be. And when we actually won the Junior Olympics my senior year and I stood up on the podium and they put the medal around my neck, that was one of the most craziest, surreal experiences because I saw it in my head like a million times before it actually happened. At our Activate retreats, so our Activate students, we have a retreat for them every year. And at the one that happened, it was about a year ago, we went through this visualization exercise, and one of the girls that was there visualized herself getting pregnant because for her that was one of the biggest things that she wanted to have happened. 30 days later she was pregnant and her business is just completely taken off, and she's like it's crazy what can happen. But that's really cool. Okay, da 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 da, let me go through your comments. Danny says, I've known morning routines were super important, but it took me a while to make it a priority. Just posted a ridiculously long answer in the group. Cool. Yes, start making this a priority. Nicole says, I reached out to a bunch of people yesterday and giving away free slices of my carrot cake. In return, I'm asking for honest feedback. Okay. Linda says, biggest breakthrough, getting over fear. My anxiety is gradually subsiding. Awesome. Ooh, Brianna, which do you suggest first, compound effect or atomic habits? That's a good question. Probably the compound effect, just because that's the first one that I read. And I've listened to it. I think I listened to it probably 5 times back in the day. And that's probably the easiest one to really grasp and understand and implement. But Tech says I do 20-minute meditations every morning. That's my routine. Good for you. I would struggle with a 20-minute meditation, to be totally honest. Like 10 minutes is typically my max. Tony Robbins priming is 14 minutes. And at the end of that, I'm like, I'm good. I'm good. Kandwani says my morning routine is to get up at 5 a.m., have my devotion, pray, get ready for the work, and now I write down the tasks I have to accomplish. Cool. Linda started morning devotional this morning. Samantha's an Activate student. Yes, girl. Estelle said morning routine weigh in, self-care, morning pages. Cool. Leslie said, wish I was an Activate student. Is it closed? You can apply now. We'll be talking about this more tomorrow. So you can go, I'll put it in the comments, rachelandgom.com/activate. We are literally just getting started. So we had our goal setting workshop yesterday that you could get caught up on. And so not everyone who applies gets in. We're really particular on who we accept into the program. We want to make sure, one, we can really help them get results. Two, they're committed. And three, we're all about working together and helping each other succeed. So a big part of the reason Activate's so special, and we had over 50% of the people re-enroll into the program, is because the people that we allow into the program are special and they're really helping each other win, and there's so much collaboration and masterminding. It's magical. Okay, Delphine says go to bed early. Okay, do it. Do it. Carla says when the kids go to sleep, I get fired up and want to do so much, then I don't go to sleep till after midnight. Okay, sorry, I'm like so thirsty. Pregnancy, I swear. Okay, so there are the rare exceptions of people who they like go on at night, and that's when they get their most productive stuff done, is at night when the kids go to bed. Katie, the one that I gave the example of her getting pregnant and her business is exploding, is one of them. She has 3 kids under the age of 4, bless her, and has built a crazy successful business, working 10 hours a week, putting her family first. Bravo, Katie. She goes crazy at night. I could never. I am such a morning person. And after 4 o'clock in the afternoon, if you ask me to do anything of real importance with my brain, it's kaput. Like I can't. So there is the rare exception for those of you. You could try it and see how the morning routine works. But if you're like a night owl and you do so well and your brain is on fire at night, I'm okay with it. I am okay with it. Estelle says to adjust my routine, write goals and tasks in agenda first thing, then morning pages, brain dump. Also read a bit more in a productive, positive book daily, then workout, breakfast routine. Amazing. Janice, I've been waking up early, doing my devotions, journaling, drinking water, filling out planner, double checking the night before. Very cool. Marina says, I'm loving the 40-day easy meditation course on the Smiling Mind app. Ooh, thank you for sharing. Sarah says setting a routine and boundaries are important to your mental health and family time. Totally. So important. Kanwani says, I totally love the YouVersion Bible app too. It's amazing. Amazing. And it's free. Nicole, thank you for sharing your morning routine. Love you version. What's a good plan for confidence? If you just go to the plans and search confidence, I'm sure you'll find a ton. If you are struggling with confidence, I like Joyce Meyer's book, Battlefield of the Mind. That's the one that I recommend. Emma says, I started to put my phone away at 7 p.m. and not look at it until I get home from taking the kids to school. It's hard to do, but I really feel the benefits. I'm sure I'll continue. Make it so like it's a non-negotiable. So literally put the settings in your phone to reinforce that. Because when I look at it and it says you can't use your phone for another 20 minutes, I'm like, oh, fine, fine, I'll go do work. Patek, yes, visualizing goals are amazing. Samantha, do you have a nighttime routine to wind down? Yes, I do. Well, now I don't drink that much water before I go to bed because I'm already up peeing all night. I have after dinner, I have Organifi mushroom tea, which sounds disgusting, but it tastes like hot chocolate, and I promise it's so good. And I'm usually like my computer's closed, it's in the office, my phone is gone. I don't have, like I said, I don't have Facebook or Instagram on my iPad or anything. So I typically have my iPad and I'm reading on there or watching YouTube videos. Right now, I'm watching a lot of stuff in French and doing Rosetta Stone. I'm on like a African development, personal development kick right now. That's kind of like the big thing. And obviously, taking care of TJ, making sure he gets into bed. I have my diffuser going with essential oils from one of our Activate students, Jubilee Wellness. I have her frankincense in there as I go to bed. And then doTERRA Serenity Blend. What else do I do before I go to bed? Oh, on my actual iPad itself, I have like our vision board and what our goals are. And so you can review your goals before you go to bed too. And one of the things, if I wake up in the middle of the night, oh, I'm going over. I'm going to go fast. If I wake up in the middle of the night, I do a visualization exercise since I am waking up in the middle of the night so often right now. So I have my headphones right there and I put those on. And my friend, Dr. Shannon Irvine, did this special exercise for me and a couple of us where she helped us actually visualize our goals and seeing them as already done. And so if I wake up in the middle of the night, I just put on my headphones and I do that. Um, and if I were allowed to sleep on my back, I would be wearing those headphones as I'm sleeping and probably do that visualization exercise as I go to bed, but it's so uncomfortable on my side. Pregnancy problems. Okay, I'm going to go through and do a few more questions before I let you guys go. Cool. Estelle listens to an app called Rain Rain that plays calming sounds. Very cool. Very cool. Okay. Any last questions before I let you go? Because I went over today. Tomorrow, we're talking all about 10xing your business performance. It's gonna be my favorite day. So definitely don't miss it. Have it in your phone. Set the alarm. Be there for sure. Cool. All right. Well, I'm going to let you guys go so you can plan out your morning routine and let us know how it goes tomorrow when you actually start implementing this stuff. I want to know like how you felt and all of that. So keep us updated. You're doing so good. I will see you tomorrow. Bye.